today is a very rare day in the world of the target audience realm. Because today we're starting season 2 of a show that's not Star Trek, which I don't think we've ever done besides The Expanse. And even then, that's only on Patreon, not even on YouTube. So,
Dude, for a YouTube show, meaning a show we're watching for YouTube as well as Patreon, non-Star Trek and not a show either of us have seen before. So like Barry, we watched the whole thing.
right, yeah.
This might be the first time. I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah, in terms of stuff we haven't seen. Yeah, it probably is.
The first successful season 2 on our channel.
And the only way that can get done is you have to make one of the best shows of all time that ticks all of our specific boxes of stuff that we like.
And don't make us mad. Don't.
Like, besides a couple moments where, I don't like this choice of having us in ahead of the characters, or scenes without Mulder and Scully, and we're watching just the day players that day in a scene. Besides that, there's nothing in this show that has made us egregiously mad or upset. So, it's done the impossible. I mean, with all those factors, it's getting a season 2 and a season 3 and a season 4 and up until the end of time.
Yeah, gotta just give it up to the show. And this show has made me realize, watching that first season, why so much of my life, the shows that I typically would love, that we would love, are the ones where you really can't watch it in a serious manner or watch it like, analytically or critically. Like something like Beyond Belief. It's like, imagine watching that and trying to critique it as a show like we do Star Trek or this. It's like you can't, because it's not serious.
Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares, Tales from the Crypt, those kind of things. And I think now the reason I'm realizing I gravitated towards all of that is because watching a lot of normal TV, I just don't like it. Like, the bar is too high for me to get invested so much of the time. That's probably too why I love more like non-serious sitcom stuff or cringe stuff. Why I grew up watching reality TV or sitcoms like Family Matters, Boy Meets World, whatever. Because it's like, it's not that serious. I don't have to get bought in. This is one of the few times, TOS was first and now this, where it's like, oh, this is so good that I'm able to get bought in. Now, you've watched more TV than me, serious TV. Like, you love Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, other shows like that. I haven't dove in, gotten into a lot of those more praised shows, so I can't really speak on that. But I think this, for me, is like one of the rare times of, this is actually good enough as a serious cinematic show that I can get invested in. And then on top of that, it's also exactly what we love, genre-wise, of that mix of sci-fi and horror and mystery.
Yeah, also, all of that as well, but also the episodic nature with a very loose through line throughout the entire season. Like for me, for example, I started watching Severance on my own channel, and I am just so incredibly frustrated with the show sometimes because of its serialized nature, where it feels like the entire plot's moving at a snail's pace, where we jump back to stuff like Star Trek and this, where the story begins and ends in the episode, and sometimes there's a very loose story through line with Deep Throat, whoever else. So it's been tough to adjust my brain back to serialized TV nature, but luckily with this, I don't have to do that. So.
Yeah, and it's totally unfair of me to say this because I haven't watched the show, so I'm going to admit that up front. I blame Lost. I feel like when it comes to the whole serialized mystery box, wait for your answer, wait for your answer, wait for your answer. Here's the answer. It's kind of shitty. And I haven't seen the show. I'm just saying the reputation I've heard from a lot of people is like, what the fuck is happening the whole time? What's up with this? Oh, that just goes away and gets dropped. You finally get an answer at the end of the season, and it's just a cliffhanger for the next season. I feel like Lost is the first time I started hearing about that. And then that show was hugely successful, and I feel like that's probably why shows like Sopranos or The Wire, Breaking Bad, again, I haven't seen all of these, but from what I've heard, probably don't try to copy that exact Lost formula and are still able to have good, satisfying episodes where it's not all just about leading you on to an answer you might never get. Severance is a perfect example. I think Severance is incredibly well made, but damn, do they not want to tell you anything, to the point where I don't think they know what's going on. And it's like, wait for your answer, wait for your answer. Maybe if we get season 6, 7, 8, 9, we'll tell you. But it's like, at least in that show, in my opinion, I have watched it, and, there's enough in there that I still enjoy about the show as, episode per episode. But so many are just just wait. And that's why I love the episodic nature with just that little through line. It's like, will we ever have Mulder sitting down having an interview with an alien? I don't know, but I don't need that for this show to be good. I can enjoy every episode along the way and just have those little teases, the little stories. So
Yeah, like, will Mulder ever find his sister? Probably not, but just that little through line of maybe.
yeah. So with that being said, it is now officially season 2, and obviously we did our season 1 recap, but we really didn't talk much about season 2 expectations, what we want in that video, which we usually do, but we got so caught up in talking, about everything else in that video.
That's true, yeah.
Season 2, this is the last season released in America on Blu-ray, as far as I know, so we're going to watch this season on Blu-ray. I bought this over 10 years ago and have never opened it until today, so hopefully it works. And after this, Alex already bought a box set of the whole series, so it does exist. It's region-free, but that shouldn't be an issue. I'll just have to acquire that eventually. But yeah, I'm excited, and really the only thing that could take away from it, and I don't think this will happen, but we lose that episodic Monster of the Week nature, and it becomes too much dependent on the through line, the mystery of the whole thing. I don't think that'll happen, but if it ever does, I don't think it'll be season 2. I think we're far away from that ever becoming an issue if it does.
Yeah, I doubt this season's going to strive too far away from the formula. I don't think that would make sense, especially with it being a success, which I assume it was. That being season 1, I imagine they're not going to stray too far. I'm just wondering how the writing room's going to be different, or the director's going to be different. Do they bring out a new team? That's just the thing I get excited about, like the changing of the guard, like who's behind the scenes now, who's stuff like that. And I'm guessing this first episode is going to be our getting the band back together, somehow reforming the X-Files because it was shut down. Remember that? And I'm also curious with getting closer ties to the government, the FBI, whoever, with Deep Throat being presumably dead, who's kind of going to be our tie to on the inside? Is there even going to be a tie on the inside? Is Cigarette Smoking Man going to reveal himself to be a Skrull? I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to be Don Cheadle. And Alex, that's a great point, because I hadn't even thought about, we only watched the finale 2 weeks ago, and I've already forgotten, or not forgotten, but I didn't put together, I'm expecting to jump in and just be like, what's the X-File? You know what I mean? It's like, wait, the X-Files are shut down. Deep Throat's dead. What's going to happen? Is this going to be, it wasn't a part 1, part 2, but is it going to have that feeling or that aura, or is it going to be a huge time jump of 8 months, or what's going to happen?
Oh, jeez.
I assume they only took, the summer off, and typically in this show, we saw in the first season, their present day date would be close to when it aired. So maybe they'll stick to that, and it's only been a few months, over the summer. I don't know, man. I'm so excited. I'm also excited because if you've been watching us since the beginning for this one, I did watch some episodes of season 1, and I knew, for example, I'd watched Squeeze. I knew he was coming back eventually in Tombs. Mm-hmm. I even knew Deep Throat eventually died, even though I didn't know that it was at the end of season 1. I knew that happened. We're past all of that. I know nothing about this show moving forward. Have I seen small little clips, things like that right here? This shirt probably isn't a picture from season 1. I've, seen small little things, but essentially all I know is that Mulder and Scully just get hotter. I don't know anything about the plot of the show. So I'm really excited for that reason as well, because now I'm in open water, just like you, presumably.
Yeah, I know nothing as well. Literally not a single thing. We both made separate edits of season 1, for TikTok, Instagram, shit like that. And I uploaded mine, and a woman commented on it saying, possibly the hottest a man has ever been. And I thought about commenting, thank you.
Thank you, when you're not in the video at all. You're clearly talking about that PFP.
2 spacecraft were launched from the Kennedy Space Flight Center, Florida. They were called Voyager.
Voyager. Feature.
Each one carries a message.
I send greetings on behalf of the people of our planet.
Kind of like the plot of Contact as well.
Ooh.
13 years after its launch, Voyager 1 passed the orbital plane of Neptune and essentially left our solar system.
It took 13 years?
On October 12, 1992, NASA initiated the High-Resolution Microwave Survey. Less than 1 year later, first-term Nevada Senator Richard Bryan successfully championed an amendment which terminated the project.
Damn. Why?
Our voices have been silenced, our ears now deaf to the realms of extreme possibilities.
aliens found Voyager and are sending a message back.
Now I need to know, when did Contact come out? Because it's like literally this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's a simple idea, but
To the universe, seeking only peace and friendship. Teach.
there we go.
That's all you need.
That whole intro just gave me vibes of Chris Carter wrote this one. Not that it was bad or anything, just in the sense of like opening narration, setting up what's going on. It's like, all right, creator of the show wrote this one.
Yeah, I thought definitely it was going to pan out, and Mulder's doing a college presentation or something because they had to get different jobs or something.
Oh yeah, or I thought he was doing a Kolchak type log, like recording.
Yeah.
By the end of the song, I had like $40 laid out in the rail. It's not a long song, is it?
Got that little 5 o'clock shadow.
Something wrong.
What this man imagined, his dreams, who he loved, saw, heard, remembered, what he feared. Somehow it's all locked in this small mass of tissue and fluid.
I was wrong.
Are you okay, Agent Scully? You kind of sounded a little spooky.
What did you say?
Why did you say that name? It's not a name. It's an adjective.
Oh, he looks like shit.
Good afternoon, Agent Mulder.
Zombie. He's become like most other employees.
Yeah, that spark of enjoyment in his work is just completely gone. Hey!
Woo! Classic nut job to kick off the season. Aw. So they're not dropping that thread.
So I can't give up.
Great music there, Mark Snow. What are you doing? Just in this dark parking lot?
David Nutter, don't miss. He's back.
$4 for the first hour of parking is criminal. What you got better be worth at least 45 minutes. He's dead, Scully. I attended his funeral at Arlington through 8 power binoculars from 1,000 yards away. Now the picture frame was turned down. You wanted to talk. What have you found?
Oh, it was a signal.
Seeing is not enough. I should have something to hold on to, some solid evidence. I learned that from you.
Your sister's abduction, you've held on to that.
I'm beginning to wonder if that ever even happened.
Even if George Hale only saw elves in his mind, the telescope still got built. Don't give up.
Don't stop swimming.
And next time, we meet out in the open.
Whew, starting off heavy.
Yeah.
Thought it did a good job of, for people who have never watched the show, catching them up immediately. Like, hey, here's what you missed.
Senator Howard Baker, H.R. Haldeman reiterated the White House explanation.
Flashback?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad said I could watch the movie, Butt Munch.
They're next door at the Galbrians, and they said I'm in charge.
That's good casting.
I'm watching The Magician.
He was tall even then.
It's gotta be a nightmare, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm deep throat now.
We're going to the hill.
Okay.
Capitol Hill?
He's just a bill.
When the sun exhausts its fuel and swells to engulf the earth, this expression will still be out there. Traveling 4.5 billion years. That is, if it's not intercepted first.
Will the technology never, like, break down or anything?
If another civilization out there were to hear this, they would think, what a wonderful place the Earth must be.
It's in space. Why would it?
Oh yeah, there's nothing to break it down, I guess.
Yeah.
And I realized that when they shut us down, there was nothing you could do. All I can say is I think we were close.
Who the hell is this?
I live for Bach.
And let's hear it again.
Even he would be bugged?
When did you last see Agent Mulder?
Yesterday,
Where?
in the bullpen hallway.
Did you speak with him?
Uh-oh.
Agent Mulder failed to appear at his assignment this morning. His whereabouts are unknown.
Marble Reds.
That's a great introduction.
She doesn't know where he is.
How can you be so sure?
Because if she knew, she wouldn't be so worried about him. I don't smoke.
You'll find him.
It wasn't actually Marlboros, it was like a knockoff thing. But yeah, that is a good introduction for him. Come on, you didn't bring some bowl cutters?
It's pretty easy to jump over barbed wire. Just get a wide blanket. Oh, luckily the fence ends here. I can just go around it.
Government funding ran out about right here. Oh, there they are.
Hey!
Could have just used that.
Mulder, you hounded me to have lunch with you today, and then you don't show. You're a pig.
Classic.
$69, $69.
He probably uses one of those Apple autofill passwords.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh God, not the 90s printer, one line at a time. Oh, that's pretty quick.
Oh no.
Looks like a self-test the computer does.
Phew. He's incompetent.
Just dump it in the tank.
That would be bad for the fish.
That's true.
Wait till they're gone, Scully.
Or no, she's doing it on purpose to make it look like she's using that to clean it up. You didn't even feed him. Whatever, let's get out of here.
My fish are dead, Scully. I gotta fill up your water. Jesus Christ.
Me agarraron, me pusieron aquí. Todavía están en el bosque.
Oye, no comprende.
Yeah, I can't understand you. You saw Spider-Man?
The wow signal?
Ohio State has a radio telescope.
Ohio State.
1977, my buddy Jerry Amon found a transmission on the printout like this. He was so excited he wrote wow in the margins. The wow signal is the best evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence. This is better. Where did you get this?
He's like, can I make a copy of this? No. Oh, looking through plane records.
Mulder.
She knows his aliases.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
The narrow band and exact matching of the antenna pattern indicates that it originated from beyond lunar distance. The same message is transmitted. No! Jorge, don't touch that red button.
Come on.
inmediatamente, por favor. Where are we gonna go? There's a storm outside. Don't be afraid. Can't be afraid.
I'm out.
He said, I've seen this film before. Oh God, he went looking for him.
Oh no.
Here comes the white beam from the sky. Now, do you think they had to wait for a storm, or do they have a weather simulator?
Just a giant fan.
Whoa! Oh, nice knowing you, Jorge.
You were the best of them.
She's trying to look for people watching her.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
Very convincing.
Hello, this is Fox Mulder. Leave a message, please.
CA 519 705 950.
Nice reflection shot.
Yeah, it was cool.
You guys are terrible.
Relax, we know where she's going. St. Croix. Caribbean Air Flight 519. Takes off at 5 after 7. Gates in the other terminal.
Oh, she was given wrong flight information. Like acting as if she was telling Mulder what flight she was getting on, but it was the wrong one.
Gotcha.
Subject, perhaps victim, is Hispanic male, undetermined age. There are no overt external injuries apparent.
Kind of worried, like Mulder, if somehow you get caught here, there's a dead body.
Yeah.
My God, Scully, it's as if he's been frightened to death.
Literally got goosebumps and scared to death.
Again, Scully, nothing but evidence. And again, no evidence at all.
Yeah, just great lighting all the time.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He manifested them.
Deep Throat said, trust no one.
Trust no one.
Oh, hey, come on. Damn it. Oh! Yeah, you're gonna shoot him. Just like when he was a boy.
What? Oh, you son of a bitch.
They taking him? You're coming with me.
Ah, yeah.
They came, Scully. The ones that took her, they were here.
We're here.
On the tapes. The tape.
It's all ruined.
Evidence. Proof. And the man. We'll have to examine the body. There'll be more proof.
What is this all?
Is that them?
No, this isn't it.
Oh, you guys gotta get out of there.
Mulder, we're never going to be able to get the body out of the country.
Yeah, smuggle the body back into the U.S. I mean, I know it's the 90s, but damn. Throw him in a freaking packed bag, checked bag. Oh my god, dude.
Did you get the tape recorder?
Take the papers.
Oh, Oh, fuck.
Freaking guns, just, oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Oh! Oh, dude, just a tree trunk.
Be my luck.
Oh! Fucking hell.
Start of the season, we got a budget!
Nice Chevy advertisement.
I had enough on that surveillance to arrest those suspects. After 3 days, I could have nailed them on 40 counts of bank fraud. But you left me there. I'm surprised you even noticed I was gone.
Your time is over. And you leave with nothing. Get out. I said get the hell out.
Oh, he's talking to him! Oh, he was shocked.
Jesus.
One for the road.
Do you want me to make the arrests?
I think we need more to go on.
Continue the surveillance.
Okay, so there's more to this Skinner guy, obviously. You think the smoking guy just walks back in? So what was that about?
Don't you ever do that.
The entire tape is blank.
Told you, dude.
Grab the wrong one.
Or it's just the aliens ruined it all.
Yeah. Still trying to listen.
Damn. Woo! John S. Bartley. That's who it was. And I was wondering if they were going to keep the DP. I couldn't remember the name, but that's definitely it.
You say one from last year.
Yeah, John S. Bartley, DP. Whoa! What's this? What are we doing over here? Well, if you've never watched our Star Trek videos and all of our Star Trek reactions, we don't talk about it in our chairs directly afterwards. We take anywhere from a 90-second to 10-minute break to set up over here, and then we talk about the episode a little bit more in depth, a little bit more forced. No, I'm just kidding. Forced. We never really had X-Files discussions that were 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, they were always at least like 10 minutes, I feel like, even in the most bland episodes in season 1. But over here, we get a little bit more deeper into it, maybe go on some sidebars, some more tangents that aren't as rushed or aren't as like, all right, gotta wrap it up. And then we also jump into our patron takes, which we'll do after this segment. So this is going to be happening moving forward for X-Files as well. We hope you enjoy these. If you notice that the X-Files videos on YouTube suddenly have gotten a whole bunch longer, that's why. Sometimes these discussions end up longer than the reaction portion after the edit. So we hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any feedback about these, if this is your first time watching a video like this of ours where we're doing this, let us know.
You and I had a private conversation talking about what do we think we should do for season 2. Should we keep the format we've been doing or kind of have it very similar to our Star Trek ones? And I think there's been so many episodes in season 1 that needed to have a longer discussion. So I thought it would make sense that you and I love this show so much and to give it proper respect and to really dive deep into everything that we can remember that happened in the episode. So I'm all for this. I think this is great that we're doing this. But what do I think about this episode? I like it. I like it quite a bit. And just overall, big picture, I like how the band's back together, but it isn't. Like the X-Files isn't reinstated. We're kind of still where we left off. At the end of season 1, to where X-Files isn't reinstated, Mulder's still being watched, and he still has to do this surveillance for bank tellers or whatever it was. But he lost his mojo. Like, in the beginning of this episode, he's like, "Oh, it's fucking done. I have nothing to live for." Really, it's kind of sad. He's just 5 o'clock shadow, miserable, depressed, and in this episode we get a little bit of that spark back of Mulder to where he still looks like shit at the end, but he goes back to listen to the tape over, even though it's after it's been erased. So I dig it. It was a depressing start to season 2, which for me is something I love. But we're taking our time, and I like how we're taking our time here.
Yeah, definitely really glad that the time jump wasn't more than what it seems like was real time of 3-4 months for the summer. The fact that it wasn't, oh, it's been a year. But I also like that there is a little bit of time elapse, and it's not pick up right from the ending. And, you know, I like that we get to hear him talk about having to secretly attend Deep Throat's funeral.
Yeah, I was at his funeral with the most powerful binoculars ever or whatever, so...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I gotta say, for a season premiere, this did just about everything I would want coming off of that ending, except for one thing. And I'll get to that later. It's not a big deal. But mostly, I think this hit it out of the park for what it should have been. And now keep in mind, even with these more longer, deeper discussions, we just watched it. So we dive in as much as we can here, but this is still just our initial thoughts, our initial reaction. It's still a reaction discussion. And when it comes to a reaction, I thought that this episode had me on the edge of my seat basically the entire time, to where sometimes with the episodic ones, it can, in season 1, it could get a little predictable, or it could get a little bit like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. Not always. But this one, I think an advantage of the serialized ones is it's not an individual X-File, and it's not something that, oh, we need this to end, this episode in some way. Even if it's open-ended, we need it to end. This story isn't ending. The story is the whole show, I would imagine. It's Aliens, that's the story. And the benefit of that is we really get to spend a lot more time diving deeper into things with our characters that we don't always get to see in the episodic ones, especially if it's an episodic one that has nothing to do with their backstory. So here we get multiple scenes of Mulder just talking to himself while doing the log and just contemplating his beliefs, what he should do, what to do next, who to trust. Scenes like probably my favorite scene of the episode, which was Mulder and Scully meeting in that parking garage.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that was not left behind from last season was David Nutter's direction and the direction of photography by John S. Bartley. John S. Bartley, yeah. As soon as we went to that parking garage, I was like, oh yeah, we're here. And then still, the lighting in the Puerto Rican base or whatever that was, that center, that was all great. We got a jump scare that got me. I was not expecting
the Jorge jump scare.
I was not expecting Jorge to be in that bathroom. What do you think about the whole confirmation with? I don't know if it's direct confirmation. Very similar to Miracle Man with the dream of him seeing the Miracle Kid, and then kind of waking up and that it's a nightmare. What do you think about fully seeing Mulder's sister being taken? I mean, great casting by that kid. Like the face and eye shape was absolutely perfect for what David Duchovny looks like. So credit for finding that kid.
Yeah, I would say I liked it. However, I don't think this is just a dream. I think what we saw is essentially Mulder's memory of what happened. Now, is that exactly what happened in reality? It's probably a little bit altered because it is just a memory.
Yeah.
And we've talked about before how memory can be so untrustworthy. But I do think that is essentially him dreaming about his memory of what happened. So for all intents and purposes, that's for what we get to see as the audience, that is the representation of what happened. And I liked it. I think, is it a little bit goofy seeing her floating in the air? Yeah, but also I love stuff like, the film Poltergeist, for example. And a lot of the stuff in that film is practical and can look kind of goofy if you're thinking about it from a production standpoint. But I would rather that than bad 90s CGI effect. You know what I mean? So I like seeing that, even if it was a little bit cheesy and having to deal with, I agree, Little Mulder was great casting for the look of him. Not the best acting in the world. They also do the slowed down, Samantha! It's like, at least he wasn't diving during it. But beyond that, I did enjoy getting to see a little bit more feeling the realism of that sequence. If Mulder was literally there like that, because he had talked in the pilot, I think in season 1, he was there when it happened. It's got to be traumatizing.
Yeah, a little bit of a retcon though, because at ending of Conduit, he's doing his memory thing and he's saying he's laying in bed. They were laying in bed when it happened.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I just lie there in bed. I can't move, and he was kind of moving a lot in this one.
Yeah, no, that is a straight up. It would depend on how you have to take that. Either because it is his dream, so he's remembering it differently, or it could just be a straight up retcon. Or you could make the excuse for the show that when he's doing that hypnosis, he's not remembering it exactly as it is. It's clearly a repressed memory.
Yeah, maybe. What I find hilarious is that whenever they change locations, they'll put that little white text at the bottom. And for his dream sequence, they put that little white text at the bottom.
Was the white text in his dream when he was having it?
I had a dream. There was white text at the bottom of the screen. Tell me more. Oh my god, it's terrible.
I think the show doesn't want to 100%. Like, I think the show wants to present it as like, yeah, we're showing you this is what happened. But like, also, we know it's kind of goofy, so we're gonna have him wake up as if it's a dream. But wink, wink, that is what happened. So they're kind of trying to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, towing threading, whatever that fine line of reality. And
Threading the needle.
Threading the needle.
Walking the line. Walking the tightrope.
Whatever the expression is, whatever it is, I'm not good at remembering or executing them correctly, but I do my best. What else? We talk about perfect character introductions. I thought the cigarette box was just. I love little moments like that where it's just one defining thing for a character, and for an introduction of just the panning to the cigarette container, and then just to the guy. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good. I think I'm more fascinated with their dynamic now because I thought Cigarette Man was the guy behind all the scenes, and then when he tells him get out of here, it's like, oh, he's yelling at Mulder. Then you realize he's talking to the Cigarette Man, Skinner. It's like, holy shit, what is the dynamic between these people?
Yeah, I loved seeing that moment from Skinner because the whole time up to this point, you just think, oh, he's the op. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And no, there's something there. Is he full on, basically deep throat, but different in the sense that he's not going to help them, and he's actively going to seem as if he's opposing them, but really he's not. Like, he's even not even letting Mulder in on it. You know what I mean? Where he's like, even you think I'm against you, but really I'm not. You don't know. Just that moment, I said, get the hell out, in Cigarette Man's face. He was shocked, and they just lights the cigarette and leaves. And it's like, who's boss? It's like, it's very interesting. But it all comes back to Mulder doing that log, which is another great moment about the trust no one. And he's like, I was sent here by one of them. And it's like, I hadn't even thought about that. You just implicitly trust the show that when it shows you someone talking to Mulder and they're like friendly, and then he sends them there, oh, that must just be someone who's on Mulder's side. He doesn't know that. It could have been all a ruse to send him there. Obviously it wasn't, but,
Yeah, and I love him just almost like losing his mind in that bunker with Jorge. After he's dead, and he's just doing his own version of the Scully log. It's like, I don't know who to trust. I couldn't trust anyone, but now I only trust you, Scully. I wish you could be here. And he just had the sweat dripping down his face, and he's just losing his mind.
Yeah, and then when Scully shows up, and he's like, they were here, and she's like, were they here or here? Touching his head, like, because you walk in, and he looks dead, and he's like crazy, there's papers everywhere.
It's like, hey, check this out, Scully, just a fucking dead body. I thought Scully was like gonna be.
Yeah. And then at the ending there, I thought almost the twist would be something like, because remember, they're in the car when they're leaving, and she looks down and sees the tape. And then she's acting like kind of sus when she's leaving. She's like, oh, you still don't have any evidence? He's like, well, at least I still have you. And she looks up at him. And the whole thing of trust no one, I mean, I don't want them to pit them against each other, but just a moment I was like, did she take the actual tape, not in a way like she's going to give it to the FBI, but like for her own means for some reason? But they didn't lead to that, so who knows? But did you get any vibes like that at all, where it was kind of like
them against each other a little bit, or her against him?
Not against each other, but almost like for his own good. Like she would try to be like, okay, I'm taking this because, like, just for your own good, this is too much, or I have to investigate this myself or something. Because the whole time in that bunker in Puerto Rico, she's like, what is going on? And then when they're in the car, she looks down at the tape on the floor. And the great thing about this, though, is that it could all mean nothing. Like, that's the thing, is like, I could be putting together these dots that don't mean anything. That's what's good about it. It's subtle. It's not like in your face, like, this is what it means. This is what it means.
Yeah.
So even I'm like, is Scully up to something? Probably not. But just like the look she was given and the shots, I was like.
But just to give you enough to give you that thought, that plant that idea in your brain. Like, I didn't get that she could possibly be doing something against Mulder or for Mulder's own good. So no, I mean, that's great that you had that, because I didn't get that feeling. But just the fact that they can put something in there that maybe lead some people in that direction, maybe like, oh, what if? Yeah, that's good.
And then even the opposite side, where after she left, and then Mulder started putting up the tape again. I'm like, is he going to play it, and it is working, and he tricked Scully? Like, I'm already not.
Oh, he doesn't even trust. Oh
yeah,
my god!
But
like
then
the tape isn't actually blank.
Yeah, and then he actually plays it, but then it is still blank. So I'm like, I'm already like spiraling. Like, are these two even on the same page? It's great.
Oh, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. The whole trust no one thing, because I was totally bought in on him on trusting Scully, but maybe he really fucking doesn't.
But I think he does.
I think he does. But still, the idea where the trust no one thing, just
I also wasn't paying attention again during the intro. Did it still say trust no one at the end?
No, it said the truth is out there.
Okay, so trust no one was just a one-off for the finale.
Just the one-off, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah, that's this show, man. Just, I mean, so many shows, movies are just like exactly what it is, and doesn't really leave you much to ponder about. But this show, man, that's what I love about it. It makes me feel like an FBI agent. Like we're investigating like, what's going on
because
here.
once you sow those doubts, and I think that was one of the best things about Deep Throat's death is that like you really couldn't trust Deep Throat, and you didn't know when was it a lie, when was it true, but at least like you knew that was his character, and like now he's dead, and now it's just everyone in the show. Like when he's dying, in his last words, "Trust no one." It's like it could be anyone, but not as like a Skrull alien, but just like it could be anyone that's being devious or something.
Mm-hmm.
Even our two main characters are favorite characters. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna one of them turns heel in season 2, but just that little, you never know what they're gonna do. And same thing with Skinner. Now I really like him. Let me jump into my two small things. One, I apologize to Chris Carter. I was wrong. I definitely thought, based on the intro, you know how I feel about opening narration.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. You have to let everyone know what they're talking about the Voyager, in case anyone out there doesn't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we watched the movie Contact, I didn't know about that. Also they talked about it in the motion picture. But,
feature.
Are you looking up when it came out?
Yeah, Contact was 97.
So it's stolen from X-Files. Obviously a simple premise.
Yeah.
But like literally that opening shot in the monologue in the beginning is the poster of Contact. I'm like, this is Contact. But Contact took it from this. I mean, not directly, but this came first. Anyway, I don't like opening narration, and they can get away with it in situations like here. He's doing his own log. Kolchak does that, his own log, so they can get away with it. It's not purely just breaking the fourth wall or anything. But I thought for sure, and for anyone, if you haven't not watched our first season videos, it's like Chris Carter's great at the big picture, but I think when he's writing the teleplay, he can get a bit too simplistic, too on the nose. But no, then it's probably who have been the most proven two best writers.
Glenn and James.
Now maybe Chris Carter came in and did just write that opening. You never know, but didn't get the credit. But
I could see, just big picture wise, understand.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's been 4 months. People have no idea. We gotta.
Yeah.
Because I saw this also came out in '94. So yeah, it was probably just a few months later.
But I thought real quick, I thought they did really great with it though. Like I praised during the reaction in the parking lot scene where they are doing a lot of obvious. We need to let the audience know what happened. But I thought they did it realistically enough between these two characters and what they would say to where when they're saying lines like, "Oh, you look like him. Deep Throat is dead, Scully. Oh, the X-Files got shut down, Mulder," like saying these things that we already know. Mm-hmm. But they did it well enough to where I can believe it that these characters would say it. And also, if someone didn't watch season 1 and then they turned on this episode, they're instantly caught up. Like, they don't really know who Deep Throat was, but they're like, oh, it's a guy from the FBI who died, and now they're shut down. Like, you get it, without it being too over-the-top crazy.
Yeah, at no point did I go, yeah, we know all this. And sometimes I forget that people miss episodes, and this is a television show where it's not serialized, where it's different stuff every week, so maybe some people miss one. There might be someone who had no idea who Deep Throat was, who just missed all those episodes somehow. So, yeah, there's nothing egregious in terms of, hey, audience, this is what's happening. So, get a thumbs up for me, Glenn and James and Chris.
My one issue...
What was your other one?
We hear nothing about Scully seeing the alien. Did she tell Mulder? Did Mulder know? And I might have missed it. It might have been one small line of dialogue, but she doesn't seem like she even references it at all. And Mulder doesn't reference anything about her becoming more of a believer because of it. So,
yeah,
they do it where, because it's not mentioned at all, we don't even know if Mulder doesn't know. So like if they had at least said something where, if he said something about how she's total skeptic, but if you saw something like I did, you would believe, and it becomes apparent she hasn't told him. They haven't even done that. So it just makes me think they're never going to bring it up again, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, but it's like, it was a big deal. It was like she saw an alien fetus. So it's like, that should play into her character, but they don't talk about it at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. And now I'm thinking more in the lines of what you were going on earlier about them withholding information from each other, to where is Mulder hiding the actual tape and not playing it from her? Is Scully hiding this alien fetus, knowledge of it from Mulder for some reason, for his own good, for what she thinks is his own good? I don't know. It didn't tip our hands well enough, I think, in this episode to give us that impression of Scully's purposely withholding that information from Mulder. But
I just think it just won't be addressed which is slightly unfortunate.
Because it's literally the first time we literally fucking see one. I mean, I guess and then we see one in this one, but is it actual confirmation or is it just Mulder seeing stuff in his mind because he has that nightmare earlier?
And I'm glad it was shadowed and not full guy in a suit that you see the whole thing. I'm glad it was shadowed so that you could stuff a little bit of the mystery of it in terms of how it looks. Like you get the outline of it, but you know,
yeah.
I mean, we know at the end of the day it's going to look like an alien, but I liked still that they're reserving it a little bit. But yeah, man, I really liked it. I don't have any other complaints or anything like that. It was a really good season premiere, and it definitely hooked me back in and got me excited for where we're gonna go. But it seems even more difficult now to, you know, the X-Files is still shut down. You know, it's not Best of Both Worlds Part 2. 5 minutes in, we have to open it back. You know, freaking Skinner calls them into their office 5 minutes into the premiere. We're opening the X-Files back up on a probationary period. It's like, no, it's still closed down.
Still closed.
He sends them back to his assignment at the end of the episode. So, we getting a Monster of the Week next week? Like, how does it work?
My guess is similar to the very first season. We might not get a Monster of the Week until episode 3.
You think it? Do you think the X-Files are just straight up coming back? Like, do you think they just revive it? Like, okay, fine.
Based on the fact that there's 18 seasons of it, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, but...
Well, I mean, okay, forget that we don't know that there's 11 seasons of the television show. But I do think that, yeah, the first 2 episodes are kind of our establishment. Same thing with DS9, Season 3, The Search. Kind of just an well, that's an official 2-parter. That these first 2 episodes are going to be an unofficial 2-parter of getting the band back together. And then it will be resolved at the end of this episode. At the end of the next episode we watch, where the X-Files are reinstated. I don't know if it's going to have something to do with that new guy we met when they're playing Ba, the classical music. I like that guy a lot. I don't know what his whole deal or role is. My hope is that he is literally Bill Clinton, but I don't think he is.
I think he's Secretary of State, based on they're at Capitol Hill, and Secretary of State is like the guy underneath. Like it's like President, Vice President, Speaker of the House, Secretary of State.
And
like,
he's being bugged, or thinks he's being bugged.
Yeah. and even comments that presidents have made in real life is like the executive branch in America isn't necessarily, because they're only there for a short time. They aren't like brought in on all this all the time. You know what I mean? Like in terms of UFOs or stuff like that, it's like they might not even know. I mean, you think about Independence Day, you know, Brent Spiner, when they're like, the president, Bill Pullman, doesn't even know about Area 51 when he's like, oh, it's just a base. There's nothing there. And Brent Spiner's like, yeah, there is. And then he takes him in. So
that's right, yeah, because, you know, the changing every 4 years or 8 years, depending if you get elected twice, and just a constant new cabinet of fucking people. And there's got to be some people in government who are always in their positions who it's just, it's not been worth that one.
Yeah, where it's kind of like, literally, I'm not saying this in a conspiratorial way, I'm saying it in the factual way of like the deep states of like the people who are not elected, who are just there forever, you know, they don't necessarily have to tell these people who might not be there in a few years that are busy just raising money and bullshitting or whatever, you know, so it's like someone like the Secretary of State could be getting bugged and might even get taken out, you know what I mean, if it's too dangerous. So, it's very, very interesting. Great stuff for all the mythos, alien episode type stuff. I'm really loving these episodes. They're great for the fire pen moments, you know, all those things.
Pre 9/11 airports.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, the plane leaves in 5 minutes. Here's your ticket. Yeah.
But I will say at this point, what do you think about it versus those Monster of the Week episodes? Like, when we're going in, I assumed this was going to be an alien, a little follow-up from the finale, and it was awesome. But going into episode 2, episode 3, do you find yourself more excited when it's just, random alien of the week, or are you find yourself liking these ones more? Because I feel like the fandom can be very split on that.
I like them both. I'm always curious to see, like, how the fuck are we going to work a classic cryptid into this story. I've always been fascinated with stuff like that. Our characters going through things I like. Our characters do The Thing. Our characters do the Wolfman. That idea has always been fascinating to me. But I also do love the whole Mulder and Scully versus the government and aliens. And I love it all. I'm curious to see what the first one's going to be after this whole getting the X-Files back together thing is going to be. Like, okay, the band's back together. It's like, okay, now what? Oh, there's a floating boy in Delaware we got to go see.
Yep.
And there's just a...
Yeah.
And I just love how they somehow work it into this semi-grounded show. Like, the show is semi-grounded for the most part.
That's why it's so good.
That's why it's so good. It's like it threads the needle so well.
Because something like Beyond Belief or something like, yeah, it's just all ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And like I enjoy that though. Like something like Tales from the Crypt, it's all ridiculous. But then here they're able to take this ridiculous stuff and most of the time successfully ground it so far to where it's believable and cinematic and, you know, kind of noir. I would say for me, I'm loving these Alien episodes a little bit more than I expected because I definitely went into the show, you know, I knew it was Monster of the Week. I knew it was Alien episodes, Monster of the Week. Like, I knew that was the formula. And going into it, I was much more excited for the Monster of the Week because I'm like, oh, it's going to be like all the stuff I love. But the reason I'm actually loving these Alien ones more than I expected is not because of the Alien stuff, even though that stuff can be cool, but that this is when we get the time for the character stuff, I feel like. And there is character stuff sometimes in the Monster of the Week, you know, as well, like the ones that deal with their backstories, Beyond the Sea, a great example. But here, in the Alien ones, we get so much of more diving into specifically Mulder most of the time, of their psyche, of what they're going through, of them being affected by these things. And we just don't have time a lot of the time in the Monster of the Week because you got guest actors, you got guest characters you have to set up. They're in a new town, you know. We open up with whatever the alien, whatever the monster is, you know, and you don't really have time. So even an episode like the werewolf one, where I loved it because I love werewolves, we don't get any character stuff in that for these two, and that can be fun. You know, even it's a balance. Yeah. It's a balance. But that's why I'm actually surprised at how much I'm liking these Alien ones. I didn't expect those to be that's where we get into the meat and potatoes of kind of these characters.
Yeah, it's such a good point, especially with episodes like this where for the most part all the facts are well known. There's a little bit of the exposition stuff, but for the most part we already know what's going on, so we can have more character stuff going on. But yeah, the formula of the Monster of the Week opening scene, they're talking at Washington, D.C., get all the exposition about it. Have you ever heard of the Wolfman from blah, blah, blah? It's like, okay, blah, 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 blah.
The projector?
The projector, yeah. We meet the characters in the new city. We meet that the local law enforcement are dicks, and it's just...
Yeah, and they can twist it and subvert it.
They twist it, they subvert it. And a lot of them are very different, and they do get their good stuff in there. Like in Space, I love those little backstory things where Mulder was a fanboy for astronauts. Beyond the Sea with Scully's dad.
The one where the guy gets out of jail, Young at Heart, where the guy he puts in jail gets out.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them deal with their backstories.
A lot of them deal with that, but I do love these just pure, almost serialized nature episodes too.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah, I think it's a great balance. I hope this season continues to hit that balance like Season 1 did. I thought Season 1 did very well with knowing when to sprinkle them in. So I hope we continue. I hope it's not first 6 episodes as aliens, and then we're going to get a couple Monsters of the Week, and then another 2 aliens. Like, I hope it stays. I mean, what do you think? Maybe a third of the season? Like, that'd probably be a good...
For Monster of the Week or for...
For the aliens.
Yeah, I think a third of the week is...
Yeah.
A third of the week. A third of the episodes for the alien stuff and the loose continuity of that storyline. I think that's enough. But I'm excited for it, but I am excited to see what the first Monster of the Week is going to be. Because, I mean, there's so many out there, but we've already done so much. I mean, we've done the Wolfman. We've done the Thing. We've done AI. We've done Crazy Twins. We've done or Clones. We've done Squeeze. Do you think there will be a sequel one from last season that's going to drop in?
If there was any that was going to be a sequel in this season, I'm going to say no. I think it might be a little bit too... I know they already did a sequel episode, obviously, but I think it might be a little bit too early for them to... I think they'll have ideas they want to do, especially now that they're like in their second season. It's probably a lot of the same people, and they're probably like, all right, I wanted to do this one, you know, and we didn't have time last year. So hopefully we get some nice, cool, interesting ones, and ones they create. Like, it's cool to see Werewolf, or it's cool to see stuff, but it's also really cool when it's Squeeze, or like something completely...
Yeah.
Just like we made this up.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you for 2. 1, what's like a brand new one you'd like to see? Just something you come up with your head. And 2, what classic cryptid would you like to see the X-Files tackle?
Well, classic cryptid, I'd love to see the Mothman.
Oh, the Mothman.
I mean,
yeah.
Mothman has a lot of history with Ohio, even though it's not specifically only an Ohio thing. It's like a Midwest, a lot of states. But I love the Mothman, and I would love a Mothman episode.
Fuck yeah.
And then as far as one I would make up. If it was one more so like that where they just kind of make it up, I do think it'd be very interesting if they dealt with something that was a little bit more straight up demonic. Like gender bender, I thought we were getting pretty close. Like, well, oh, they're doing some type of evil satanic ritual, but no, they're aliens.
Oh, like the occult. And
Yeah,
stuff
like
that?
if it was
Okay.
like straight up, yeah, maybe even like a witchcraft or just something where someone's doing an exorcism, or we've done supernatural with ghosts a couple times, but more on the demonic dark side, where it's like
Ooh.
maybe even going up against a payman or like a demon. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, because they did God, right? Like they did the religion episode, but I like how they did it. So if they did that on the other side, where it's like, was it a demon? Or was it just someone with a mental thing, or like,
That'd be good.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
That would be good.
I don't know if that's me making one up necessarily, but just that kind of idea of something like that. What about you for each of those?
Oh, I don't have an answer.
Oh, just ask me.
I don't know. I do agree that the Mothman would be fucking awesome. If we can like go to Canada, Ohio. That'd be great because it's filmed in Canada.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Canada,
Ontario, Ohio.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the reason why we love the show so much. Whenever they film and it looks all gloomy and depressing, it's like, oh, that's home. That's where we live.
Yeah. Do you think they were on a set when they did the Puerto Rico stuff, or was that still the woods? And because when he was walking around the woods, I'm like, oh, this is the same Canada set. But then when he was actually at the base, I'm like, is this just a set, or is that? Do you think they went on location somewhere?
I mean, maybe if they're filming in warehouses and it's in the summer, I mean, it's pretty easy to get that sweat.
Yeah.
It gets pretty hot. I don't know, but also the budget for all that off-roading stuff. Where do they film all that? That was good.
That was really good. I mean, yeah, and I love the POV shot from the front of the car when they're driving through the plants, and it's just like, and it just like cuts through it for a second.
Yeah, notice how I deflected it because I don't have an answer.
I love that you asked the question and don't have an answer. Usually when I'll ask you a question like that, I already have my answer cooking. That's pretty funny.
I want to use your answer to help inform and help me come up with mine. It's tough because I know that the show is inspired by Kolchak, the Night Stalker, but it'd be very interesting to see them tackle vampires, and very similar to that one Beyond Belief episode, to where like, are they legit vampires or are these people crazy? I would love to see that tackled. But a brand new one that I could think of, oh, that's tough. I'd like them somehow do something with time travel, which would be way, way in left field in terms of this show. But if somehow they could have a character who claimed they were time traveling or something, that'd be an interesting idea. But I don't know in terms of a brand new idea that this team could explore. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's kind of a segue into something I wanted to ask the audience, just in the sense of we did a little fun little thing there. For these discussions, we would like to have something in here that makes it a little bit unique, a little bit separate from what we do for Star Trek. If there's anything you all would like to see in these discussions, just a short little cute thing we can do for a couple of minutes to acknowledge something about this episode or about the future episodes that you think would be fun for us to tackle. Let us know, comment, let us know if there's something we can add in as a short little segment that'd just be a fun, creative type thing that we could do, because this show is so creative and it causes so much discussion that I like stuff like that, where maybe we're not talking specifically about this episode, but we're basing it on the episode that we just watched to create a small little thing. So just let us know. We're workshopping some ideas. Obviously, this is new for us, doing this type of thing outside of Star Trek, so let us know.
What if people can just comment cryptids, like cryptid news or something, or we come in with something with it, like we're actually doing our own X-Files investigative work, like, oh, did you hear what happened? And
oh, yeah, and maybe we could also base it on the episode where it's like, if they do a cryptid one, then maybe we could research that one, and then in the next video we could be like, last week they did this, we actually looked into it. That could be something as well too. That would be interesting. Well, yeah, just let us know. We'll workshop it. We'll introduce it at some point this season, probably some idea, and we'll probably try out a few things. In Star Trek, we've had 300 plus reactions at this point to kind of iron out the formula. We've had plenty of bad ideas that we did for a little bit and took away, or good ideas that just ran their course. So, let us know. And thank you for, if you're a newer viewer watching this segment as well, we're now going to jump in to our patron takes.
We're going to go look at our Patreon takes, if you're wondering for what that is. From now on, with every single iteration of the X-Files that we watch, we put up a little post on patreon.com/targetaudience where you, a potential patron, can leave your take on the X-Files. Do you have a fun fact? Do you have a question? Is this the first thing you ever watched? Is it the best thing you ever watched? Or the worst? We want to know, and we want you to comment that in a short paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences. And there's a chance right here, right now, on the air for the whole world to see. Josh and I are going to read your take and talk about it. So please, sign up today, patreon.com/target audience, and let us know your take on the X-Files.
And I think it's just right that we start off by reading a take from Webb, our longtime patron, who's a big reason we're watching this show because he campaigned for it for a long time. So I'm going to start off with his take here for the first ever patron take for X-Files. First, he says, this is just a factoid, the 1977 WOW signal mentioned in this episode actually happened. Ohio State University. He posted a picture of it there. This is a real thing that they referenced in the episode. That's pretty crazy.
Neat, wow.
And I wonder if they mentioned that in the movie Contact. I don't remember. He also says, Mulder going from tape recording his observations about Jorge's corpse to monologuing, talking to Scully even though she isn't there, is my favorite scene. I definitely think that competes with the parking lot scene as one of the best scenes of the episode. It might be my number 2, but totally understand that also being a favorite scene. And it gives us the fire bar of the, I used to not be able to trust anyone, now only you. Great stuff there, and everything you said about Mulder's paranoia and all of that as well.
Great stuff. And just think, Webb, you're the reason that this whole thing is happening right now. Oh, I wanted to talk about, isn't it crazy that Gillian Anderson is like 24 at this time, and I like how in this episode she's like running a med school class.
Yeah, like that was her reassignment.
It's like you're literally 24 years old.
Yeah.
I see these pictures that Keith put up. Keith S., I recently saw a YouTube video about how the Arecibo observatory collapsed and destroyed itself a couple of years ago. Kind of weird seeing this on the X-Files now. Even wrecked, this thing is huge. Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Damn. Woo. And it just wrecked itself? That might be an X-Files up in itself. Did it really destroy itself?
We have to go investigate. We have to go to South America or wherever.
NX01 bringing up another great scene. Skinner throwing out the smoker is possibly my favorite scene of the episode. It shows that he might be more than just a typical FBI dick. Yeah, 100%. A lot of great scenes packed in here.
Yeah, just an extra layer of that relationship to where it was, not that it was one note, but you kind of got the impression of what was happening. And then him throwing Smoking Man out was like, oh, we're on a different playing field here. Darren, for a reason I never understood, we watched this episode in school. My overriding memory is Gillian Anderson being visibly pregnant during this one. I did not notice.
I didn't notice either. And, thinking back, they did a great job hiding it. Visibly pregnant. I don't remember that. But W, to whoever played that in your school. I never watched X-Files in my school, so W for that. I'm assuming you went to school around the time it aired, maybe, or maybe early 2000s or something. But that's awesome. Phenomenon. Patreon takes for X-Files. Well, this is going to be fun, given that I've been experiencing this show for the first time right alongside Jack and Alan. A pre-recording day take on each episode was unexpected. I'm off to watch a bit deeper into the season, so I'll be better prepared to extol my hours of wisdom upon you first-timers. Well, thank you very much, Phenomenon, and Bridge crew member there. That's hilarious. And I'm glad that not only are people in our audience finding us through X-Files, or they loved X-Files and they're glad they picked it up. The comments of I already liked you guys from Star Trek, but now I'm definitely going to be here for X-Files. But it's also cool. We get people watching it for the first time along with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all great. Thank you. Luton Bar. I don't understand how everybody can afford all these plane tickets. It's 94, buddy. Pre 9/11.
Yeah, he also says it's all set up. I don't know where it's going. It was entertaining, but I am reserving judgment. That sounds like a take that's also watching it for the first time, if I had to guess, based on I'm reserving judgment, sounding as if they haven't seen it. So I think, Luke Bar, you can let us know. Maybe you are also a first-time viewer there. In terms of it all being set up, I think I've accepted at this point that this alien thing, I wouldn't call it all set up. I would just say, like I said earlier, it's not getting solved this episode. So it is that serialization that I'll admit I usually don't like. But like I've accepted that it's like, okay, what's the next little piece, or what's the unique thing about this story that they're going to do? And in this one, it was the whole contact element. That was the new interesting thing about this one. Mm-hmm. But similar to the Monster of the Week, these kind of have a formula too, of like, oh, it's aliens again. We might get a little bit more backstory, progression with our characters, but there'll be a little unique twist on this one. Like the episode with NICAP, with Max, the episode with the Can You Trust Deep Throat? The episode where Scully sees the alien fetus, and now, this episode with the base and, Contact in Puerto Rico. So they all have as long as they still all have their little quirks about them that make them different, it won't come off as all set up to me.
Yeah, for sure.
HS says, no ho on the roho is peak Mulder humor. Yeah, 100%. And even when he's completely deranged, going crazy, still has those dry humor lines. And Paul agrees with what I've been saying. Potent vibes of the movie Contact in this episode, especially in that intro voiceover. Chills because everything stated is true. We human beings have propelled our own essence out into the universe. Incredible. I love when shows or movies can ground their fictional tale in real facts. It makes it that much easier to immerse yourself into their crafted worlds. Jorge pulled a Holden. There was a button. He pushed it. I thought Mulder's password would have been Scully. Still, his line at the end, I still have you, and Scully holding his hand is just precious. Love that dynamic.
Yeah, they were adorable in this episode. Scully, patted his head when they were in the parking lot, and then they grabbed hands at the end there.
Yep.
Adorable.
Sky made Stone opening with a banger. X tier. Kind of like S, but unexplained. That's pretty good. I would agree it's a banger for sure.
X tier, yeah. I might have to replace the S's for this.
Wait, when we do, because we haven't recorded it yet as of this, it will have happened by the time this hits YouTube, but our tier list for season 1, it's just like 1 tier, X tier. Why are you guys even doing this? It's just, it's an X-File X tier. Matchstick Jose. I haven't watched X-Files since it aired, but I do remember that for a while on my local channel. X-Files aired on Friday nights at 9 p.m., followed by 10 p.m. by the new episode of TNG. What a time to be alive.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Magical time. And just to think, the Attitude Era hasn't even started yet.
True, in wrestling, yeah.
Because it's weird, because all this great stuff on TV is happening, but in wrestling, we haven't even gotten there yet.
Wrestling's bad. Yeah.
Wrestling's bad at this point. It's great. Your boy, Dr. Paul Stubbs, the Arecibo Observatory is also used for the antenna cradle in GoldenEye. I started watching GoldenEye years ago. I only got 5 minutes in, and then something happened. I'm like, you know what? I should probably save this for a reaction maybe someday.
Yeah.
Do a big-ass James Bond marathon, because I've never seen a full James Bond film, so...
Yeah, I think that was everyone. But I've never seen the movie. I played the game on N64 a little bit with my friends,
Same.
But that is definitely one of the ones when it comes to movie series that people always recommend and talk about. I have only seen Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace for James Bond. I have not seen any other James Bond outside Daniel Craig, and I haven't seen the other Daniel Craig movies. So that is also one for me that I always go, oh yeah, for a film series, that would be a possible good one, because there's a lot of them, different eras, just like Star Trek or something, different eras, different people. The whole James Bond element of it, similar to a superhero, basically, where it could be different actors. So, yeah, I find that interesting. But no, I have not seen those. But yeah, man, we're off to a great start with this season. And we're still watching one a week. But I'm glad we get to now do these discussions and patron takes as well. Anything else on this one?
I love the show. I'm excited. I'm already dying to see the next one. But we got to wait.